Traders, Anthony here. I'm looking at gold now. There's some really interesting price action occurring on the 4-hour time frame that I'd like to explore in this video. And as always, understand that the information is educational in nature and definitely not financial advice. So with that, let's get into the video and take a look at the chart. Looking at gold on the 4-hour time frame. I did a video a couple of days ago down here somewhere. Here it is on gold. And in that video, I was talking about a possibility that we see a retrace and an opportunity to buy. There's a bit of a shift going on here that has thrown a spanner in the works, and I want to cover that in this video. So let's just go down to a 1-hour time frame. What I've done is I've actually, before we go down a time frame, I've picked up this. We've got retail sales and unemployment claims later on today. This is going to impact the markets considerably, I would imagine. So I'm watching this into these events, and I want to see how the events unfold in terms of dollar strength or weakness. And that'll impact the dollar pairs, the currency markets in general, pretty much. So this is really interesting price action. Now, I'll go down to a 1-hour chart, and I want to explain just quickly what I was talking about in the other video. I was looking at this trend, and I was mentioning the fact that, look, if we see this retrace, we could have an opportunity to get long. But have a look at this. Double tops for one thing, and this liquidity sweep. All right, so that's kind of thrown a bit of a spanner in the works. The other idea is pretty well out the window at this point until we see this unfold later on today. Okay, so just disregard the last video idea. Generally, what I'm looking for in a trend is clean price action. And what I mean by that is this. We'll just pick up these lows. I want to show you something. This is important, actually, and something that you might be able to implement in your own trading. So see these lows, swing high, low. What I'm generally looking for is we get this reversal here, higher low. The break of structure, all right, so we can see that this is trending bullish after this break here. In fact, even a little bit earlier. But more importantly, early on in a trend, you want to look for this. We'll start with this. Swing low, swing high, retrace, low, high, retrace, okay. I'm going to grab the Fibonacci, and this is really important. If we grab a fib from low to high, in a strong trend, you want to see the retrace. You want to see clean price action. So it trades up, pulls back, it rotates and pulls back. Nice clean movement like that. And this one here, really nice price action, bullish. Now, this range between this red and blue zone is my threshold. I want to see price hold and rotate somewhere around this level here in between the 50 and the 61.8. If it pulls back further, you want to probably get a little bit more concerned and reconsider whether you want to get involved or not. Okay, it ups the ante in terms of potential risk. I mean, at the end of a trend, you generally see, or look at this for example, the break of the previous low and a deeper pullback, and that could be leading into a reversal. But when you see a shallow pullback like this, and when you go down to the 5-minute chart, you can see the rotation occurring here. That's when you want to get involved, okay, into the 50 to 618. Now, we're looking at each price swing. So here's another price swing here, going somewhere with this, guys. Price swing low to high. See it move into my red zone here, right into the 50 to 618. This is my sweet spot. And you want to see that rotation occurring in here. Nice clean trend. Now, that's what I was getting at, in the last video. If we see this continue up, then, a nice clean pullback like that would be a potential opportunity. Here's the thing though. We've got this double top now. It ranged sideways. So this is shifting gears, and we don't know whether this is gearing up for a reversal to pull further back, or this is just hitting liquidity under here to trade further north. We're not sure yet. What it does look like is a reversal. More often than not, when you see this like a double top and a spike above like this, followed by a move like this displacement with speed and you see a thin candle setting up like this imbalance, this is possibly gearing up for further downside, possibly, but not in all cases. Sometimes, or quite often actually, smart money will range it, hit these stops and cause a fake out. Right? This can be a little bit tricky to trade at times, and then we see further upside. Right? So they're working their orders in here and they're ahead of the game. These guys know what's going on. So, I mean, they've got massive amounts of capital that they need to work into the market. Now, here's another thing with this. If we scrunch up the chart, I want to point this out to you. Have a look at this price swing back in here. Let's just clear everything. This price swing is really significant from here to here. What we have is this bullish trend, higher lows, right, higher highs, and then we have this range from this high down to this low, and this is the price range that we're working in at the moment. Now, it's been bullish, so the liquidity that's resting up in here becomes a target, and we can go out to the 4-hour chart. I think it's going to be pretty much the same, but if you pick up the candle body low, high I should say, up to the candle wick, and let's just pull this across. This is the target. This is the liquidity target that smart money is basically looking to hit. So they load up down here big time. This is where they unload. That's the target. So this is also giving me a reason to think that it's possible we could see more downside. And again, maybe they do their thing here, but what this is doing here is also creating liquidity under. So we've got this liquidity pool now building up under the range. That gets taken out, and then we don't know then if that's enough for them to pair their orders to continue. But what I'm thinking is, given that we're reaching into these highs here, for example, if you go out to let's go out to a weekly. What have we got left? All right, so all-time high is right here. That's it. Let's just mark that up in a different color. Oh dear. Okay, we'll call that, that's a weekly. Let's go there, a weekly. Okay, orange. So gold all-time high. Go back down now to the 4H, and there it is, right? So we're reaching into an all-time high. So you want to be careful, because there'd be a liquidity pool up in here as well prior to this move here. Right, you got this expansion to the downside. So we do have these buy stops sitting up in here, so you could call that liquidity. Right, so we do have previous highs where price could look to target. Now, when we reach into all-time, new territory, there's no liquidity above here. So they have to engineer the liquidity, they have to make it happen. And one way that they do this is they'll range the market like this, building liquidity above and below. Then they'll hit the liquidity under, and then that gives them what they need then to pair their orders to go long. Right, so there's all of this going on around this level, and we're just trying to work out, what smart money are up to. It's not an easy gig sometimes, right? So what I'm getting at is this could move a little higher, but I'm leaning more towards this trading south, and it'll all depend on the data that's coming out tonight. Strong dollar, buy into strength, sell into weakness, right? So watch this, and if you go down to a 15-minute or a 5-minute time frame, what I'm looking for here now is, if this continues bearish, then mark up first of all, this displacement or imbalance that you see here as a potential target, right? So this will most likely trade back. It'll rebalance. Have a look at it on the 5 minutes, see if there's an imbalance on the 5 minute. And if this gets taken out, right, so we don't have anything else sitting up in here. This is it. This is the imbalance on both the 15 and the 5. If you see it trade through this, then that's a bit of a warning that this could, it could continue further. If it reaches into this and we don't see it push through, apart from possibly a little spike and then displacement down, that's a cue to get involved here on the break of market structure bearish. This here, if this gets broken, if price trades through this and continues, that's out the window, and it weakens the this bearish scenario, this bearish idea. The next line of defense, I guess, is going to be this value area up in here, all right, resistance. We'll just mark that up as such. So this distribution, resistance level, this imbalance is the first port of call. If that gets taken out, I'm going to be very reluctant to short it. So I want to see that occur in around here, and then we roll over. If it trades further north, I'm probably going to let it go and not get involved, because this price action is, it's a bit scary at the moment. It could trade up in here. Where are we? Where's my thing? It could move up into here and then roll over, possibly. But again, like, here's the thing. Here's the Fibonacci. Pick the Fibonacci high to low. See the 50 and the 61.8. And remember what I mentioned earlier. This is my sweet spot. If it goes beyond the 61.8, I start getting concerned. And I'll probably look to leave it alone, I think. Right? So I want to see this occur in around this level here, and I want to see it roll over, start to trend south, lower highs, lower lows, with this being the point of rotation. So there's a little bit of, there's some ideas for you guys. I hope that makes a lot of sense. If that fails to play out, there's no trade. This has to play out for me to get involved. So that's my take on gold today. If you've gained something from the video, support my channel with a thumbs up, hit the bell to be notified, and definitely subscribe if you haven't. And here's an invite to join us in VIP. Click the link below, tradingwithanthony.com, and that will take you to my website with all the info. And there's also a free Telegram channel you're welcome to join. That link is in the description below. So with that, hope you have a great day, safe trading, and see you in the next one.